During the closing moments of the show, Tony Schiavone said, MJF has a lot of explaining to do. No, he fucking doesn't, because this is who MJF has always been. We may chant, he's our scumbag. He's our scumbag. But the devil has always been deep inside of him, and now he's unleashing the devil for all the world to see, reminding us that he is Maxwell Jacob Friedman. He's better than us, and we know it. He is truly the savior of this goddamn company, and I, for one, am absolutely here for it. I'm John Renton with my review of AEW Dynamite Beach Break 2024 from the Mistrust Arena in Chicago, Illinois. Capacity is just over 10,000 people. They had around 5,000 to 5,500 according to WrestleTix. I will say this is one of the louder crowds that they've had this year for television. That's good. Run more mid-size arenas like this. Promote the shit. You might actually get a halfway decent crowd in there. I do want to shout the orange-haired young woman that was in front of the crowd. She was the one, I believe, that gave the double bird to Hangman Page and got a bunch of hate for it. And you know what? She shouldn't have, because she's passionate about who she likes and who she doesn't like. And we should support fans that are very passionate and, spend a lot of money and want to go to a bunch of goddamn shows. Plus, she's actually enjoying things, and we should want more fans as far as a melting pot of just, all, races, colors, creeds, whatever. Let's just have more fun, and let's have, more diverse crowds and more passionate crowds. And I, for one, love Chicago wrestling crowds. I like some of this show, in all honesty. Coming off of, Forbidden Door, and yeah, you can check out my review of that. I stand by everything I praise and everything that I've, slandered. So we immediately start with Renee in the back with Garcia and Matt Menard. And they are really trying with Daniel Garcia. Boy, are they trying with Daniel Garcia. I don't know if it's going to work, but they're really trying with it. But this is the first thing we start with. Garcia talks about, Ospreay, or facing Ospreay in the main event. MJF shows up and says, hey, I'm going to be in your corner. And Menard's like, you know what? You stood by him, so sure, I'll trust you. That's your first mistake. You little munchkin land motherfucker. But anyway, so Bryan Danielson took on Pac. It's the Owen Cup semifinal match. Danielson's going to face somebody. I don't know who the fuck. He's going to either face Jay White or the person that was the wild card that I'll get to in just a little bit. So, Bryan had tape on his neck. Schiavone was back on commentary. I don't know what happened to him last week. Hopefully everything's all right. There were holy shit chants, fuck him up, Bryan, fuck him up chants. Both men can work. There were AEW chants. Look, the crowd was into it. The crowd was mainly hot for most of it. They were split too. Pac was much more heelish, targeting the neck. There was a point where he had an elbow drop off the barricade to the floor. Hit a second one in the ring for 2. There was a nice crossface. That got to the ropes. That was a little bell lock. And then we got a big brain buster off the top for 2. Black Arrow missed. Not Black Arrow missed, not like a misting Black Arrow, but he missed the what used to be the Red Rocket Arrow off the top, and then the Bukkake knee, but he couldn't get the cover, and then the Brutalizer, he got trapped in that, and then Danielson got a crucifix, 1, 2, 3. The only roll-up victory that we will see the entire night. I swear, they wouldn't do that the same, in the same hour. Why would you think that? But that being said, cool. Okay, cool. Fine opener. Better enjoy Danielson while we can. Willow then talks about, looking on the bright side of life. Do-do, 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 do-do. And smile anyway. Nothing matters. Life is fleeting, kids. Remember that? No, I'm kidding. She talks about how a friend of hers is going through depression. But Statlander and Stokely are going to get the brunt of her anger. And there you go. And earlier they billboarded that we're going to hear who the first member of Team AEW is for Blood and Guts, which is in 3 weeks. It's in 3 fucking weeks. And they are expected to sell quite a few tickets for Nashville. Look at the capacity of that particular arena. I know they're going to have 2 rings, but they got to promote that shit. They need 7,000 to 8,000 people in that place. I hope they get it. I hope they do. So, Mark Briscoe's in the ring, and he gets censored quite a bit. He's going to be in Blood and Guts. By the way, Shark Week really wasn't all that promoted that much. Or if they promoted it too much, I pretty much just skipped through some of the stuff that looked like they were commercials. So yeah, he's going to be in Blood and Guts. And then Jack Perry shows up because this show needed to be dragged down into the goddamn depths of hell. Here's O'Reilly, and then here's the Elite. Here's the Acclaimed. This is a mess. Putting the Acclaimed in Blood and Guts would be a choice. They can try all they want with Jack Perry. It ain't going to work. They have made me not want to see Okada in anything. I know that he was giving epic matches in New Japan. He's probably just coasting and earning a big paycheck, and kudos to him. But maybe I just have no... Maybe I'm just being too harsh. Oh, wait, no. The Bucks aren't wrestlers, so why would I be harsh on them? Because they're jokes, and they've always been jokes. From their wrestling ability to their goddamn views, their world views, and you know what I'm talking about. So, Tony and Mariah are fired up, I guess. Who wouldn't want to be in Tony's bosom? I guess that's the point of this whole thing. Willow took on Statlander in an Owen Cup semifinal. They jump-started on the ramp. There was a midget introducing Statlander. Oh, that's Stokely. I'm sorry. And that's unfair because midgets actually, were just gifted the short-sightedness or whatever. And Stokely, just for whatever reason... when you can look eye to eye with a 5-year-old child and everything, but the child can actually grow up, I'd understand being frustrated. So, nevertheless, stupid Rick Knox is what I noted. Willow and Stat had a decent power match. It was what it was. There were some nice counters. There was a cannonball to the floor, and a 5 variation for 2. Stokely got a chain involved and then tried a distraction, but Rick Knox was already looking at him because Rick Knox is a fucking idiot. And then a roll-up, 1, 2, 3. Good job there, Stokely. Good job. You moron. Shivani then brings up Britt Baker. DMD chants. It's good to see Britt back. Her front isn't bad at her hey-oh. I'm sorry. No, it is actually good for her to be back. She talks about past, present, future. The past is a lesson, the present is a gift, and the future is motivation, I guess. I thought she was doing a Tony Robbins self-help thing. She had been hurt and banged up, but she would look in the mirror and say she was fine. And apparently she had something called TIA, which is basically your brain is not getting enough blood, and it was referred to as a mild stroke. And thankfully she's all right. That would explain why we didn't really hear much from her. Thankfully she's all right, because that would be very scary. Tony then basically says, let me know when you're good. Had to get Tony Khan dig in there. But she's cleared. She wants Mercedes. She says a few lines here. We all possess the impulse to be elite. And took shots of Mercedes. The CEO chants being piped in. And, okay, cool. All right. You know what? Good enough promo from Britt. She was serious. This is at least something nice. At least she did, at least it is something that has been addressed, and hopefully she's going to have a happy, healthy life. However long she wrestles, because she also does dentistry. However long she does that, just in case you didn't know what DMD meant. Hopefully she's going to have a great quality of life regardless. And then suddenly, why was the SUV honking? Who was doing the honking? Who was doing the driving? Driving Miss Mercedes. Driving Miss Monet. Mercedes and the Bucks, as if we couldn't get enough egocentric bullshit going on this television program. Yeah, let's get the props ready. And then Mercedes comes out as the ultimate prop. She has about as much personality as a prop. Look, she's being a heel. She was being a heel from the moment she showed up because I wasn't buying the whole thing in the TD Garden. There were shut the fuck up chants. And basically... after Mercedes tries to fire back and is clueless, Mercedes cannot do this. She can be a heel. She needs guidance. She cannot cut promos properly. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what happened to her. I don't know if WWE had to basically regiment her and basically say, hey, this is what you have to do. Here's a direction. Go. Wait, don't do that. Try this. Oh, you're just going to go out and do what you want because... rumor has it she has creative control. That's rumor and innuendo, innuendo, I don't know. If she does have that could just be a line. If she does have creative control, I guess the line will be, that doesn't work for Weave, brother. So, yeah, it's going to be all in. Britt and Mercedes. Okay. Well, at least they're setting something up for All In. I'll give them that much credit. Fine, but if who's going to be the leader in that goddamn thing? Britt or Mercedes? Because Mercedes does not seem all that motivated. Stephanie shined in that match at Forbidden Door way more than Mercedes. It's not that Mercedes can't work. I just don't think she wants to anymore. Renee's with Will. Callis shows up. I know what you're going to say. Will says it's my fault. I don't want to be that guy anymore. I owe you a lot. You've given me a lot, but I want out. Callis says, okay, I'll do you this one favor. And then maybe you'll do me a favor later. Callis is clearly going to turn on him because he has this look like, no, I can't let go of my Willie boy. I mean, it's a given. And Kyle Fletcher looked at him like, God, I got to go park cars. He literally looked like a valet parking guy. I mean, I know he's a wrestler, but the hair. Why are so many people have stupid hair in wrestling? Who am I to talk about somebody's hair? So, Jericho shows up. And he gets Taz out of there because of this whole thing with Hook. Okay, I don't want to see Jericho on camera unless it's his body being identified on a slab. I'm just saying that. I'm done with him. And it's not even like, this isn't good trolling. This is just bad television. That's all Jericho has provided for AEW, because Jericho is a bad television personality. Joe, Hook, Shibata, and his new brain took on the Cages of Agony. Brian Cage, Toa Leona, and Bishop Khan, who actually has a good look, and I don't think they know what to do with Khan. Jericho was on commentary. I don't want to hear anything he has to say. The Faces won. And then Jericho, Bill, and another midget. And I know it's Brian Keith, but if this is somebody that people praise and this is the best they can do for him, well, I don't want to see him. They put Hook through a table. This is bad television. Speaking of bad television, here's Jeff Jarrett. Not that he was providing bad television, because I actually felt bad for the promo that he cut. Very emotional about what Owen Hart meant to him. You could tell Owen Hart meant a lot to him. Because he was there at Over the Edge. Terrible, terrible time. Absolutely terrible time. He wanted to do well in the Owen tournament. Then he faced the EVP's pick, the returning Hangman Page. Oh, he's unhinged and he's all angry. So empty-headed. And he did his stuff and beat Jarrett. There was a pop for the sharpshooter. Look, they tried with Hangman. They tried to make him the world champion. It didn't work. You could try all you damn well want here. I'm not going to care. Sorry. He's only been gone about 4 months, just about. And whatever personal issue, family issue, if there was one, unless they just need to give him time off. If there was a family issue, I hope it's all been taken care of. Or a personal matter. But, yeah, he was all angry and all upset. And then Hook is being checked on by, tech people or medical staff, and then Jericho throws a fireball in his face because he's a grand wizard. Good reactions by whoever that woman was there. It's like, she's like, geez, well, that happened. I should go check on this guy. See, again, there were good things on the show, and it was brought down by Jericho and other things. Hangman is unhinged and getting upset at the Bucks like, I'm not your boy anymore. I'm not your little kid. And the Bucks can't act or do anything, positive for a wrestling program. So, MJF shows up, brings Garcia out, who goes do 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 do. I know that's not the dance, but it's like 1 a.m. when I'm recording this. Anyway, Garcia and Ospreay, International Incident Championship. They did athletic shit. Will sold some stuff minorly. Garcia sold better. That's just Will's thing. It's like just spamming finishers. MJF basically is playing it up way too much. You knew what was going to happen. We get to near the finish. Garcia will not use the ring. I'm not even knocking the match. The crowd did get into it, and there was some athletic shit going on, but really it was about the finish. We have Garcia not wanting to use a Dynamite Diamond ring. Foreshadowing, by the way, Garcia is probably going to beat MJF for it and get one over on him. But he wouldn't use it, and then he got hit with a hidden blade out of nowhere. Cinderella story. 1, 2, 3. And then Will praises Garcia, leaves. MJF just, is like, okay, great. People still love you. And then he football kicks him in the groin. And then gets the ring out and hits Menard. From now on, he'll be history. He'll be history. He busts him open. They have to keep the camera off him for about 5 years so he can blade. We're in the massive overrun by this point. And then Garcia gets hit and actually takes a pretty good bump and he bleeds. And then security gets laid out. MJF then hits a tombstone while Daniels is begging him not to do that. He ends up shoving Aubrey at one point, which that probably would have gotten MJF, with people jumping over the barricade had they done that in Seattle. Because you don't touch our Aubrey. I know she's not our, but she's, a Washingtonian. We defend our own here. Nevertheless, yeah, it was good stuff. MJF was fired up. I mean, they, at least he was really trying here. They're really trying with Garcia. I don't think he's going to work, but they're really trying with Garcia. Those that like him, fine. I'm not even saying he's a bad worker. I just don't know if this is going to work. But they did it with Daniels. They were getting all fired up, doing all this crazy stuff. And the crowd, mind you, was they were booing MJF, but there were some cheers. So he's still going to get cheered. They're really trying to make Garcia a top guy. They're really trying here. So they're obviously building towards them at All In. And you know what? It was what it was. It was at least an ending that gave us MJF back as a heel. And then I did see Menard's fired up promo afterwards. I don't know why it sounded like somebody was twisting his balls every few seconds so he squeaked, but whatever. Look, there are elements of good, things going on here, but it was also so busy, and it also didn't need an overrun. They got to stop doing the overrun. If you can't make it a concise, 2 hours, then at least have an overrun already done, already ready, and then it works. My DVR always records it, but a lot of people's don't. So anyway, that being said, episode of Dynamite, as far as, action, at least there was some decent stuff. I'm not going to say it was great. It was an improvement over some of the television, but, Anyway, agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Franklin. I'll see you soon.